Hello, welcome back to my channel. For July and August vlog, I thought I would do something a little different and share my little survival tips on passing the endo and prosth portions of the CDCA, which is the dental licensure exam I've taken. So if you can please keep on watching till the very end and support my channel by subscribing and liking the video. If you like it, then I will appreciate it very much. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit, and good luck to anyone that's about to take the CDCA. Bye bye. So this is the before state of my bedroom until all the furniture get assembled. I am currently sleeping on a twin mattress my friend lent me for the time being until my mattress arrives. I got a new one because the memory foam mattress that I had was hurting my back. And here are some new purchases from IKEA today. I got this new plant, it's very cute, and 2 picture frames, some cute baskets, round baskets, some vases, picture ledge, boxes, and the cushions for the seats, and placemat. So do you get the theme that I'm going for right now? And I'm going to assemble this cabinet for the bathroom. So my bathroom is more of a tropical vibe because I want to utilize the bathtub they came with. I love the shower curtain and the champagne colored bath mats. I am terrible at assembling IKEA furniture, but I like to think that I can get it done in 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, that took longer than it needed to be. I am actually really happy how it looks like. Today I'm gonna paint this gold. For those wondering, I will be using Rub & Bug's wax metallic finish in gold leaf. It's some sort of tube of paint that you just put over the surface and rub it in with the piece of cloth, and it turns things gold. A very magical product. I'm very excited to see how this turns out. I'm on Netflix ready, so I can watch my Korean drama as I do this. Thought I would do this before I bring in the mattress, so let's pave the way. I'm gonna use a spongy paintbrush. It seems to be doing the job the best. Final product. It is gold. Yay! Squirrel, the drama. It's flirting with another squirrel. Oh! I told you. Is this the squirrel's mating season?
Isn't it everyone?
Oh, look at their tails. They're so funny.
도망갔어.
싫은가 봐. 에이. 잘해보지 그랬어. Grace! Grace! Brutal Grace. Judging a squirrel's game.
Sorry, I'm really savage.
Oh dear. Oh, by
진짜 매력
myself. It will after this. I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna make this video, honestly.
Just you.
Just me and this thing. Brunch with friends. Actually. 와, 맛있겠다. Thank you, Grace, for the yummy bibimbap. So much love. So I was gonna do a giveaway post, and I finally put makeup on to take pictures with my t-shirt. But it's dark outside, so I'm just gonna try again tomorrow. And for now, enjoy this bibimbap. Day of the exam. They're so paper thin. I love these fake scrubs. They're in space gray. It was a limited color. And I have my manual ready for me. So yeah, we shall see how today goes. Wow! Drum roll. Thank you so much for staying until the very end. So to just give a brief overview of CDCA endo and prosth portion. For endo, you have to work on two teeth. One is the access opening, canal, instrumentation, and obturation on tooth number 8. And another tooth, it was access opening on the first molar. For us, it was tooth number 14. I think it changes per year. And for the prosth portion, we have one 3-unit bridge consisting of PFN crown on number 5, or any premolar, and a full cast metal on number 3, or a first molar. And then separate from that is a ceramic crown on number 9. So here are my few tips. Tip number 1, use a coarse diamond burst. Time management is tough on the big exam day, and getting comfortable reducing lots will save tons of time. And for you to do that, you need to use a coarse burr. So I only used the green one. Green one was the way to go, and it saved tons of time for me. Tip number 2, start with the occlusal reductions. So for tooth number 5, I used depth cuts for as deep as the full diameter of the burr, and that actually saved so much time because at that point you're so used to drilling and practicing lots, but having that reference point, you know, the diameter of the burr really helps. And I think not having to go back to fix it or to reduce more saves tons of time. So don't be afraid to just get in there and just reduce lots. For me, under reducing was a big concern of mine because I wasn't getting enough occlusal clearance. So yeah, do that. But for CDCA, occlusal clearance is like the #1 thing they look for. If your preps look like reasonable and there's plenty of occlusal clearance, they don't even go to the putty. So you would rather make it look like there's plenty of space for the crown and there's reasonably no undercuts, then you pass. Tip number 3, know that for tooth number 9, you actually need to reduce a lot more than you think. For ceramic crown, your margins are going to be much thicker than, say, full cast metal like tooth number 3, and you have to reduce a lot more. So I was getting really comfortable with the idea of 1.2, 1.5, like even 2 millimeters on the incisal, just go at it. And I was not afraid to let go of ergonomics. Like, what is ergonomics for CDCA? You have to pass. So I just tilted as much as I could for one side, and then from the other, like probably like 9 o'clock position, I would just like dunk my head and just drill the lingual. The lingual was the hardest part for me. So I would invest my time in practicing for the anterior teeth portion. It was hard. I don't know, I pass sometimes. Once you get kind of comfortable doing that for a little bit and realize it's probably not sustainable for your neck, then you can try, using the mirror to see the lingual of 9. What really helped me was using my index finger and the thumb on your non-dominant hand to kind of like place on top of the high-speed like head and be able to guide, so you're not like shaking and you just have something else guided through it, and then you can just kind of press and just have a very consistent, strong, like one-stroke motion. Tip number 4. You can draw diagrams on the CDCA manual. You can't bring anything else, but you can write and draw stuff on it. So I have my manual right here. I drew all my dimensions like this and like highlighted so I remember what is what, even if I practice tons, because when you're nervous, you just blank out. And I am such a blanker, if that's a word. And same thing for the endo portion. I would like draw all the dimensions that I should follow, and in case I blank out again, for all the steps in order. For endo, I don't really have a lot of tips besides that whichever your school has taught you to do, follow the exact steps and don't rush. Like if you follow the steps, you will finish in time. Tip number 5 would be that just take a break. So between my endo and prosth portion, I actually ended up using the full 3 hours on endo because I was so nervous. And it was already cutting into my time on prosth, which you have 4 hours. I was so hungry and I asked myself, okay, can I be miserable and keep drilling for the next 4 hours, or can I take a break? I decided to let go of that first 10 minutes of my prosth and just go eat and take a break. And that helped so much. And I think we underestimate the desperate like drive that we have to pass. And 10 minutes it's a lot, but it's also not a lot. So don't be afraid to take the break that you need to be able to reconvene and focus and do better than you would have if you're angry and just sad. Tip number 6 would be that when you're making the putty matrix, make them thick buccolingually than in the other dimension that I cannot pronounce right now, because if they're too thin, it could affect your overall dimensions of your prep, because they're too flimsy and it can change when you're putting pressure on them. So get in the practice of making the matrices like for fun during your everyday practice, because on the day of CDCA you have to make your own matrix. So don't rely on your faculty to cut it for you. Get in the habit of just cutting them yourself and just get used to slicing in half like a fruit ninja, And for tip number 3, I think it helps for practice to cut along the mesial and also on the distal to be able to see reductions cusp by cusp. Personally, for me, I just went with the central fossa because it was just easier and simpler. So yeah, whatever floats your boat. Tip number 7 would be that when you're mounting the rubber shroud, you don't need to have it centered because you're gonna struggle with retracting the cheek. Per CDCA, I don't think you're allowed to cut the corners. Maybe you can, but I never cut mine in case I get in trouble. But what I did was when I'm putting the rubber face on, I would make sure it would be tilted towards the side that I will be doing my bridge preps, and so that I don't have to struggle so much trying to retract the rubbery cheek that is so strong. My left hand will get so tired trying to like pull it. So, it saves time and it makes you less tired. I would suggest that route. Tip number 8, I would check your work with the plugger for the endo and with the putty matrix for the prosth. Checking your work is so important before you do anything fancy like polishing. What is polishing if like it's not good? So, I would check your work. And for the anterior, the number 8 portion, because the files, the hand files are like 25 millimeters, but the working distance is 24. And then you have the little like rubber stopper, it would like get in the way. But I would just I would be okay with pushing it a little more, just like teeny bit more, to get it to exactly 24 millimeters, because it was always a little short. And I was always paranoid that I'm not gonna pass, because you can't have more than 1 millimeter left between the 24 to 23 millimeter mark. I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm making sense. Tip number 9 would be that to use your slow speed afterwards for prosth to polish it and make it all smooth, but don't overdo it. I personally advise against doing anything new on the day of the exam, because I did that and I started making mistakes. So use your slow speed wisely and don't go too crazy. As long as it's not like scratchy, I think you'll be fine. And I guess tip number 10 is just make a fun plan afterwards to celebrate, so you know you have something to look forward to afterwards. So yeah, I wish you best of luck. If you found this video helpful, or if you'd like to see my residency application journey, please subscribe, like, and leave the video running. It helps so much, and I hope that I can see you next time. Come back next time. Okay, bye bye.